Most people would choose comfort over pain, easy over hard. Most people are not going to be interested in an adventure race. While I was hanging out of the transition area, race director Brian Fribley told a team who was struggling with a section of the course, "Hey guys, if this was easy, everyone would be doing it." On Friday, June 4th, 71 individuals and 30 teams assembled in Equality, Illinois to prepare for an event that most people, myself included, could only describe as crazy. I got the opportunity to tag along on this adventure and take photos and videos. This is what I saw. You just kind of introduce yourself and...
All right, I'm John Farless. I'm race director for Nosleep Adventures and co-direct with Brian Fribley. We've been putting on these races for quite a few years now. We're here in the Shawnee National Forest, putting on a 20-hour race this year. And little new twist this year, we're having our racers start off at midnight. So they're gonna take off at midnight and be racing for 20 hours, finish tomorrow around 8 p.m.
You guys excited to be here or dreading it?
A little bit of both.
Done this before?
No.
No?
Okay, what
are you, what's your main fear?
My main fear?
Yeah, biggest fear of this.
I don't know that I've even figured that out yet. There's just too many of them.
Okay, I'm Brian Fribley, director of Nosleep Adventures here. John Farless is co-director. He and I have been partners in crime and adventure racing since 2005 when we started as Team Nosleep. We started help directing courses and setting courses back in 2010 with Planet Adventure. And then we branched off and started Nosleep Adventures in 2014, and this is going to be our 7th year putting races on. We're really excited to use the Shawnee National Forest. This is a beautiful area, and we love giving our racers exposure to it. So check us out online, nosleepadventures.com.
Adventure racing generally consists of 3 main disciplines: paddling, mountain biking, and trekking. Racers are given an unmarked map and a set of UTM coordinates they must plot themselves onto the map. The course is completely unmarked, and racers are expected to know where they are at all times. The only support they are given on course is water at the transition areas where they switch from one discipline to another. Safety is a primary concern, and events always start with a meeting to go over the concerns. Racers are given their maps and coordinates and have a few hours to plot their checkpoints and the course they will take. Some teams and solo racers will plan to miss more difficult checkpoints right from the start to make the course more manageable, while others are dead set on completely clearing the course.
Oh, that's a little one. Got 2 plotters.
There he is. Did you find my compass yet?
Yeah, turn this back.
Why would somebody want to do this?
Oh, this just gives you a sense of accomplishment. It gives you some personal, gusto, knowing that you can go out in the woods using a map and compass. Let us give you those checkpoints, and then you navigate your way to them. You're going to see points in the wilderness that don't usually get to go to. A lot of the high-profile areas that have the epic cliff lines that are the high-traffic areas. You go there and you see more people than you do the scene. It's still great, but the great thing about adventure racing is we take you out into the remote areas where you have those epic scenes, and there's no one else to enjoy them but yourself at that time. So.
With their courses plotted and their gear stowed away, there was little for the racers to do but wait for midnight. The race would start with a 1-mile run through the middle of town and then launching on the Saline River, swollen and running fast from recent heavy rains. The atmosphere was tense with anticipation.
All right, we are going. Have fun. Let's go.
All right.
Right now? Yep.
Watch your step.
Grab a boat, turn right at the pink ribbon. You can't miss it. Go straight, turn right.
I was stunned by the speed and efficiency of the teams as they organized their gear and launched their boats. It was clear how important communication was in this sport as the teams coordinated their efforts.
Okay, ready. Hold on. Got it. Here, switch places with me because I'm going in first.
Is this?
Here's a glass stick for you.
Wait. These have
Sorry, guys.
It was surreal. I stood on the bridge over the Saline River on a night so dark and clear the Milky Way galaxy was visible to the naked eye. Canoes paddled by one as the swift-moving water carried them on towards the Ohio River.
It's more fun this way. We like downstream. We like downstream.
You guys are cruising.
As the riders paddled and then transitioned the bikes to pedal throughout the night across the rugged fire roads, I returned home for a few hours of sleep and then caught back up with the race at Transition Area 3 near Garden of the Gods Wilderness area. Here I was fortunate enough to tag along with Stephanie, the only solo woman racer, as she started the first trekking section of the race. She was gracious enough to explain the process of finding a checkpoint to me while simultaneously orienting herself on the map. It wasn't long before we took a sharp turn off the gravel road into the thick Shawnee Forest. Stephanie occasionally checked her map and compass while she quickly bushwhacked across the terrain, and in short order we were at the checkpoint.
Sweet 16.
So that's the process.
That's the process.
Punch it with a special punch.
Yep. It's got a special pin pattern on it, so they know that I've been to that control.
Very cool.
Yeah. There we go.
It became apparent just how important the orienteering skills are when I spent some time with a team that was struggling to find a checkpoint. Knowing your location at all times is the most fundamental skill for adventure racing. Epic shit.
On the cliff face.
Yes.
27.
So is it against like etiquette to yell down here? You wouldn't do that, or would you?
Normally I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, is it like a competitive thing, or is it like a rules thing?
If I'm with the team, you know, and we're kind of working together for a while, then I would, yeah.
Yeah. You're solo right now?
Yeah.
Good job, man.
Thanks.
That's cliff face.
Yeah, that's a cliff face.
There's a cliff face on down here! Checkpoint flags are designed to be obvious if you are looking in the right place. Some are more interesting than others. Though some people choose to compete solo, adventure racing is fundamentally a team sport. The highest level events, called premier events, require co-ed teams of 3 or 4. Competition wasn't really the point for some teams. They were just doing the event for fun and to experience nature in a more intense way.
From above.
Hey, find some stuff.
We found it.
You been back there to it?
Heading back there.
Okay, pretty slow.
Getting ready to check it out. But for other teams, competition was definitely the point. It's pretty epic looking.
Out and finished in 15 hours, 3 minutes.
Good for them.
Kuat was 15 hours, 39 minutes.
Oh my gosh,
Holy
that's tight.
cow!
That's great.
What are we at right now?
About 5 till 4, so
2-hour bike, 1.5-hour bike usually.
it's downhill flat. So you can knock it out in an hour for sure.
On the second trekking course, I ran into Stephanie again, who had been now racing for 15 hours.
Oh yeah, I'm having so much fun. That was actually really beautiful. I bonked hard on this last leg. I ran out of water. Had trouble finding 29. So I spent a long time out there, ran out of water. Thought about coming back and decided I'd just beeline for the creek at the bottom and treat water there, which I did, and sat and rested and cooled off with some cool water.
Did you lay in the water?
I did not lay in the water. I had my little buff and I got that wet and soaked myself and kind of rallied and had enough energy to get back up here, but this last climb just took it all back out of me.
What's up, hound dog? Hey, buddy, I'm grabbing a toasted strawberry.
At the finish, a surprising number of racers stayed for the awards ceremony and cheered on the teams as they finished. By the time the last teams rolled in, the winners had been finished for nearly 4 hours. Exhausted, the racers were finally able to relax and recount the day's adventures, while some had the energy for one more adventure.
We'll get to awards in here in just a second, but we want to say thanks to all of our volunteers. A lot of them are all right, solo female. We're just going to jump right to first place. Because there's only one place to give here, and that's just for 23 checkpoints, 17 hours, and 1 minute, Flying Squirrel Adventures.
When it's all said and done, some teams will go home with awards, but everyone will go home with memories, and the fact that they did something that most people couldn't do. Abraham Lincoln famously said, "In the end, it's not the years in your life that count, it's the life in your years." Adventure racers live more in a day than some people live all year long.
That's it. We're able to overcome that adversity and